best, number one and nothing less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, though I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up. Here we go, it's getting close. Now it's just who wants it most. It's just life, that's how it is. Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, can't you see? I'm on the move, make way for me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions.
It's another Monday afternoon and we are glad to grace your screens again. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us on Fair Play. Fair Play is that program that brings you up to speed with everything sports, especially as things did unfold over the weekend and of course the past week. My name is Dianime Uko. As always, I won't be doing this alone. I have my man in the studio with which we're going to be discussing everything sports together this afternoon, John Paul Alumona. Good afternoon, John Paul. Good to have you sit with me on this program.
Good afternoon, Dianime, and nice to have you on this edition of the program. We welcome you to the program, and let's go on with the program.
All right, so we have so much to talk about. Football. But we're going to begin from Europe, the English Premier League. Then we will go to the La Liga, that's in Spain, where we have some Nigerians ply their trade. We will move from there very quickly to the Bundesliga, that's the German league, where we also have some Nigerians doing business there. From there, we will also talk about some Nigerians who did hit the score sheets over the weekend. And of course, the chances of having these ones make the Super Eagles team ahead of the World Cup qualifiers that we're expecting later. When I say later, I mean from next month.
March.
And of course, we also have some Nigerians who are not doing very well and they'll have to leave where they currently are because the transfer window is still open in some leagues. Let's see what fortune will do to them. We have the likes of Kelechi Iheanacho, who is not currently doing very well in Sevilla and is looking forward to leaving to what we will call on this other side greener pastures. Let's see what that holds for him. We also have another Nigerian join the fold of Sevilla. We're going to bring you up to speed with that. Also, we're going to come back home to discuss the Nigeria Professional Football League. Matches did go down over the weekend. We're still expecting some matches today and of course some days after now. It's not all good for Akwa United. Honestly, it's not all good. We're going to bring you up to speed with all of this in between now and the next 35 minutes. But for now, let John Paul bring you up to speed with how things did happen in the English Premier League over the weekend.
Okay. Thank you, Dianime. Over the weekend, a lot of matches were played in the English Premier League. On Sunday, we had Brentford losing 0-2 at home to Tottenham Hotspur. Then Manchester United lost 2-0 to Crystal Palace, surprisingly. Arsenal trashed Man City 5-1. You know that result is flat.
That was about the biggest.
Yes.
In the English Premier League.
Then on Saturday we had Nottingham Forest trash Brighton 7-0. Then Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 2, Everton 4, Leicester City 0, Ipswich 1, Southampton 2. That's where two Nigerians, I think they are 3 now because two, Joaribo and Paul Onocho, and they were in the score sheet that day. Then Newcastle United 1, Fulham 2. Then Wolves 2, Aston Villa 0. That was the situation that happened over the weekend in English Premier League. Then if we move straight to Spanish La Liga, Barcelona defeated Alaves 1-0, Valencia 2, Celta Vigo 1, Osasuna 2, Real Sociedad 1, Betis 2, Athletic Club 2. Then on Saturday, Getafe played goalless with Sevilla, Villarreal 5, Valladolid 1, Atletico Madrid 2, Mallorca 0, Espanyol 1, Real Madrid 0. Then in the Bundesliga, we had some matches too. Over there in the Germany, Frankfurt played 1-1 with Wolfsburg. Leverkusen, where Boniface is, defeated Hoffenheim 1-0.
Where also Gift Orban plays.
Yes. And I think Gift scored
the one goal
for Hoffenheim.
Yeah.
Then on Saturday, Bayern Munich defeated Holstein 4-3. Then Bochum 0, Freiburg 1. Heidenheim 1, Borussia Dortmund 2. So they lost at home. Then St. Pauli 1, Augsburg 1, Stuttgart 1, Magdeburg 2. Then Union Berlin played 0-0 with Leipzig. I think that was all the results we had over the weekend. Then in the English Premier League, we are still having Liverpool leading the pack with 56 points, followed by Arsenal FC with 50 points. Nottingham Forest, that have been doing very well this season, they are occupying the third position with 47 points. The Manchester City, they are still dropping on the fourth position with 41 points. The Newcastle United, they are on the fifth position, surprisingly, with 41 points. Chelsea FC, they are trailing. Bournemouth are trailing. Then at the rear, we have Southampton. They've upgraded from 6 points in 23 matches. They've gotten 9 points now, courtesy of that away victory over the weekend. Then Ipswich Town, they're on the 19th position with 16 points. It's not looking good at all. Then Leicester City, where our brother Wilfred Ndidi is playing his trade, they're on the 18th position with 17 points. Wolves are on the 17th position with 19 points, while Everton occupy the 16th position with 26 points.
Okay, so it is also very important to state here that Chelsea will be up against West Ham today on Monday Night Football. So we're looking forward to having that particular encounter tonight, and that will change the course of the table, because currently we have Chelsea on the sixth point with 40 points. All right, and so it means if they win, they're going to stand a chance of moving to the fifth position, and Newcastle may drop to the sixth position, because Newcastle lost to Fulham. And it's been so far so good for our own Alex Iwobi in Fulham. Yes, he didn't score, but then he played a very crucial role, not just in that particular game. He's been very crucial
and consistent.
Yes, and consistent to Fulham's winning lately. And of course, let us move very quick to the rear of the table where we have Southampton. We've talked about Southampton for a while now, the fact that they've not been able to win their matches, but over the weekend, they defeated Ipswich Town by 2 goals to 1 away from home, and the 2 goals were scored by Nigerians. Joe Aribo came first, then Paul Onuachu at the end of that particular match, 90 plus, came and added that particular one, which was an icing on the cake for Southampton. A big relief, but of course, it's still not good enough. Just 9 points after 24 matches. It's
actually not good at all. But the good news is that we are seeing what they call it, we are seeing light at the end of the tunnel, whatever. Because yes, scoring getting that away victory is a good one for them, and it will be a moral booster when they will be playing at home. You know what that means? Having gone away to get 3 points. At home, it will be a different ball game, and I believe if they continue to win their matches, who knows? So at least things will turn around. Even though the margin is not looking good, but I believe if they can win like their next 5-7 matches, they will escape the relegation zone.
Well, another team to look at is Leicester City. They've been on a consistent losing streak. Over the weekend, they lost by 4 goals to Everton, and we still have our own Wilfred Ndidi still playing his trade there. And of course, like we say, it's all not good, because currently, Leicester City are 18th on the log. They are still modeling in the relegation waters.
Yeah,
I do
and
not know what hopes.
Yeah, and the danger is that he's a first team player in Super Eagles, and we have match coming up in March. So if our players are not doing well in their various clubs, especially a first team player like Wilfred, it should be a concern to most of us, because there won't be magic. We expect him to translate his club form to the Super Eagles, but are you going to translate relegation bound?
As long as he's playing consistently.
Yes,
I understand the fact that we've seen not just the Super Eagles team alone. We see other teams where you find consistent players, irrespective whether they're playing in the relegation, whether their teams are struggling in the relegation zone, or whether they are at the top of the league. When they come together as a country, because a country is supposed to gather the very finest,
yes, and the
very
best, considering the competitiveness of the league and
exactly.
Everything.
So the country is supposed to gather the very best from all the departments and across the world. So currently, as we speak, is there any defensive midfielder that can make the Super Eagles cut that is better than Wilfred Ndidi today?
The defensive, I don't think I can see anyone, because
there is nobody.
Yes, this guy is an attacking midfielder, the Fulham guy.
Alex Iwobi. Alex Iwobi is not defensive.
Yes, and then this other guy in the one that wears number 10 now is also. Who is it?
Joe Aribo?
No, the other guy, the one that replaced Joe Aribo in the Yoruba guy now.
I think I know the guy.
Dele
Bashiru, who plays for Lazio.
Yes.
Well, so, at the moment, I honestly do not think.
Nobody. But this guy that scored against Barcelona. Yes, he's actually better than Didi. Rafael Onyedika. He scored in the Champions League.
Yes, in the Champions League.
Well, he scored the first goal before.
I quite understand that he's in a competitive league
against Man City.
Yeah, he's in a competitive league.
Yeah, he's doing very well for himself.
I quite understand that, but then again, I think it leaves the Super Eagles with an array of options.
Good.
So at the end of the day, we should be able to have all of these guys come together to help us, because
we need to have a quality bench.
My big interest,
so that if the first 11 are not performing, we can bring in a quality sub.
John Paul, my biggest interest is to find the Super Eagles qualify for the World Cup.
No, that is my interest too, because it will even make the program interesting. How will you sit here and be discussing about maybe Spain, Germany, and all those, and we don't have any even like we'll be talking about the likes of Senegal and maybe Cameroon also, and we're not. Super Eagles is not in the World Cup. It will be a sad situation. So we are praying and hoping that they qualify. And even the coach, interestingly, has come out to assure Nigerians that he's not even interested in talking about AFCON for now. That is in immediate concern. Since the AFCON is in December, January, he's not concerned about AFCON. All his target now is to ensure that he assemble the best legs that will
qualify
Nigeria
for the World Cup.
Nigeria cannot afford not to.
Now, because you've talked about the AFCON, the draws was done last week, and Nigeria will be taking on Tanzania, Nigeria will be playing Tunisia, and Nigeria will also be taking on Uganda. These are the teams that we will be looking forward to playing, to trading tackles against in the AFCON 2025-2026.
Yes.
Now, let us look at
then
the
on
team.
paper, you can say it's the easiest group. Yes. Well, that's on paper, I was careful to say on paper.
Does Uganda look like a child's play to you?
No, Uganda.
Does Tunisia look like a child's play to you?
The only strong team there is Tunisia, as far as I'm concerned.
That's why
I said on paper. On paper means that as we're looking on it, as we're looking at it, it's very easy. It's a walkover for us against Uganda. Against Tanzania is 3 points. Against this
ladies and gentlemen, it is not Uhuru yet.
Tunisia
I honestly
defeated us.
cannot say.
Wait, Tunisia defeated us in the quarterfinals in Cameroon 2021.
Of course,
but
they did.
Yes, but that's not a yardstick to actually write Super Eagles off. At least we can get at worst a point against this thing. And then imagine 3 points against Tanzania.
Cast your mind back to the last AFCON.
Yes, in Cote d'Ivoire.
Now, yes, look at these teams. How did they fare? None of these teams fared badly. Uganda, currently as we speak, they have players who are doing well for themselves. They may not be in Liverpool, they may not be in Arsenal, they may not be in Barcelona and Bayern Munich and those very big teams. But wherever they are playing very well. So whenever they come together, they've always given us headache.
Yes,
not, when I say us,
yes,
not just
Nigeria.
Nigeria. I mean other African countries.
No, the truth is that if you look at the last AFCON as a yardstick, you even go to sleep because some of these things they didn't get to last 16. Yes, I'm sure.
Well,
Tanzania, Uganda, the only one that I think struggled to come to the last 16 is Tunisia. You remember Egypt did not even qualify.
I recall, but then that doesn't still make Egypt a pushover.
No, not. No. You know, they may be coming back stronger this time, but the point still remains that these three teams, with all the respect to them, they can't pose a threat to us. Look at other group. I think in Group B, you had the likes of Senegal, South Africa, and pure three big teams. You know, in that group. I think Group B or so. So Nigeria should be celebrating. At least we have it easy. You know.
Well, we'll write down what John Paul is saying, and of course we'll get back to him when all of these things play out. Currently, still because we're still in Europe, a number of our players did make us proud. Like we had mentioned, Paul Onuachu did score for Southampton. We also had Joe Aribo score for Southampton. Then one of the biggest ones that really made me very glad. Reason is he just came back from injury, and that is Victor Boniface for Bayer Leverkusen. Now he played it was Bayer Leverkusen against Hoffenheim, so he scored on this other side while we had Gift Orban also scored on the other side. Victor Boniface, is his return a big boost for the Super Eagles, especially considering the fact that he's been under criticism because of his performance whenever he plays for the Super Eagles. In March, the Super Eagles will begin or resume campaigns for the World Cup qualifiers. Will it be a very good idea to bring Victor Boniface back to the Super Eagles fold? He's back. I mean, and he's
a good one. It's a relief for us because even though in the attack we may not have much problem because that's where we have the power. But with all the respect, playing 50 games in the German Bundesliga, scoring around 30 goals is not a feat.
10 assists.
Yes, so the guy is a big guy, and even though he has not been able to translate his club form to the national team,
now could it be that he's played in a wrong? Is it that he's played out of position whenever he comes to the Super Eagles team because he will barely make a mark? He rarely scores goals for the Super Eagles.
No, yes, the game against is it Uganda or so or Rwanda in Uyo?
Yes,
he made some good attempts. I think one of his balls hit the post, the woodwork.
Yeah,
but he has not done well for us in the national team. But you cannot dispute the fact that this guy is a big player. And if you are playing against some teams, African teams or even European teams, they will try to target him. And that will be an advantage for us to release the likes of Moses Simon and Lukman, African best player. You know, when the pressure, all the attention are in the likes of Boniface, because they know what he can do actually. You know, once he starts scoring for national team, he'll continue. So having him back is a good one for us. Let
us also look at Kelechi Iheanacho, who unfortunately, while we're talking blissfully about the likes of Victor Boniface, it is not all uhuru for him. It's not good enough for Kelechi Iheanacho. Now, we celebrated his move to Sevilla, and we thought that it was going to be
rediscover himself.
Yeah, he will rediscover himself. We've seen Chidera Ejuke, who plays week in, week out, and currently we also have an Akor Adams, who has also made it to Sevilla. But while these ones are plying their trade with Sevilla, Kelechi Iheanacho is currently, as we speak, moving back to England, and not with the top flight team, but in the championship, and that's talking about Middlesbrough on loan. So, what are you looking at? Can we still bring him back to the Super Eagles?
No. For me, I even confronted the coach last time because consistently for them in the NFF, consistently inviting Kelechi Iheanacho. I know he has made a mark in the Super Eagles. He has scored a couple of goals, important goals for us. But the truth is this: if you are even talking about some of these guys, what about Cyril Dressers? He has been scoring almost week out, and then they are not inviting him to the national team. You are bringing someone that is no longer in form. They should allow Kelechi to go and get a club where he can get match fitness. When
he can rediscover himself.
When they discover himself, he can come back to the national team. But Super Eagles shouldn't be what they call it, what they used to revive career. It doesn't work that way. So I don't expect them to invite him. They should allow him to concentrate on his club and make a mark there. We invite the likes of Dressers. We invite this other person you just mentioned.
Gift Orban.
Though I don't know, he had issue with Togolese national team and all that. He was invited to the national team once and but there was an issue international clearance and all that. But
all of that can be sorted.
Yes, if that is sorted, Gift Orban is a very good player. He's a clinical finisher and all that. So we need our best, both in the attack, in the midfield, and in defense.
And because in the goal.
And in the goal. No, this guy is there, but and then
he needs competition.
Yeah, yes, the other guy from
there's Maduka Okoye.
Yes.
There is now Stanley Nwabali. And we have a number of others.
They can do very well. So that is it for me. We should actually invite the best for the national team. And then the Malian coach that we have now,
Eric Chelle
should not even have any excuse. He should go for the best. And he has told us that he will get the result for us. If he does not qualify Nigeria for the World Cup, then everything is lost. Okay,
away from that, let us come back home where we're going to wrap things up this afternoon. In the MPFL, some matches did go down over the weekend, and even before the weekend there were matches. We did go to see Akwa United play. The second half of the league of the MPFL commenced, and Akwa United, from 6 possible points that they were supposed to make, 2 home games, they lost one against Remo Stars and they drew the other one against Sunshine Stars. And this is what the fixtures looked like over the weekend, where of course they did play again against Abia Warriors at the Umuahia Township Stadium. Sunshine Stars lost at home to Remo Stars. Remo Stars have consolidated their place on the top of the log. Kano Pillars, and that particular one was a goalless draw. Nasarawa United defeated Niger Tornadoes. Heartland defeated Rivers United to put a dent to Rivers United's hope or title runs. We had Abia Warriors defeating Akwa United by 2-0. Plateau United played a 1-1 draw against Shooting Stars. Today, we will have Monday night football. As we know it, Lobby Stars will be up against Eyimba. Rangers International will be up against Ikorodu United. Bendel Insurance will take on Katsina United, while Kwara United will be up against El Kanemi Warriors. Very quickly, let's look at what the table looks like. Yes, there will be a couple of changes by the end of today when all of these matches have been played. But currently, let us look at what the table looks like. Currently, as we speak, Akwa United have left 19th position to 20th. Having lost 2 matches from the possible 3, or from 3. They've lost 2. And they've drawn 1. So they've, from possible 9 points, they've had only 1 point. So they now have 20 points from 22 matches. Currently, Remo Stars are top of the log with 45 points from 22 matches. Shooting Stars are second on the log with 37 points. Then Rivers United are third with 35 points. Abia Warriors are fourth. El Kanemi Warriors, these are El Kanemi Warriors will be playing today. Ikorodu United will be playing today. Rangers will be playing today. Niger Tornadoes will be playing today. So that's how it's following. Then from the rear, 17th position, Bendel Insurance. Nasarawa United are 18th. Lobby Stars are 19th. Then Akwa United are 20th on the log. We will wrap up our conversation with Akwa United. What is wrong with the Promise Keepers?
The thing is, every team usually have this kind of situation. We've seen it with Man City. Even though Man City, they were lucky to be in a better position when they start struggling. But the case,
because they had won a number of matches.
But it's actually unfortunate with the situation of Akwa United. I can tell you, Akwa United, they are a very, very precarious situation. The management, I think, beefed. In fact, they
got a new manager.
Yes, no, they got a new manager and also brought in new players. Actually, the likes of Chiamaka Madu is there, but unfortunately, from
where is Ruben Bala? Did he leave?
Ruben is there
because we've not seen him in the last 3 matches.
For instance, now Akwa United beefed up the team with around 12 new players, if not more. But 9 out of the new players bought by Akwa United are currently injured, including Chiamaka Madu. I know one thing about Nigerian players: lack of professionalism. You are injured, and they come to buy you. You say you are fit. Do you understand?
So that is actually the situation. Was it about him? See,
no, it's not only him. But I'm just saying. For
you're talking professionalism, so it means that every team should have team doctors.
Yeah, functional team doctor.
Where medicals are done properly, and the fitness level of these players are ascertained.
Yes,
before signing.
Exactly, because this is the problem that Akwa United had when they played the Champions League. They traveled to Tunisia and they went with almost half of the players they went with were all injured. You know, when it was not time to perform, it was difficult. So that's actually the situation that Aqua United are facing. But I can tell you, from what I heard the coach say, he said that he has confidence in the players he has. You know, the team, no, let me tell you, the truth is this, some of us in this part of the media, we are also facing the same thing. Because, you know, if Aqua had won their 3 matches, your voice would have been louder.
Why would it have been louder? Because we want the team to succeed.
Good. So the point is that what we just need to do, even including the fans, is that we need to encourage them instead of wishing them bad. For instance, before Abia Warriors match, some person were already predicting doom, which is not good. Aqua United is our own. We have no other club, and God forbid if this club goes on relegation, you will not be happy. I won't be happy. So we believe, and I believe Aqua United will come over it.
Well, let us believe. This is where we'll wrap the show, but let's believe that Aqua United will come back to find its form, and at the end of the day won't get relegated, because that's our major concern going forward. And that's a wrap on this program. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Dianime Uko, and from my brother and friend John Paul Alumona, we will want to say goodbye for now till next week.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.